into the field. It has to be the live interact with our eyewitness Sasquatch. Thank you for joining my live show today. Apologies. Got a whole bunch of weird stuff going on here with my setup. I'll fix it. And don't look away, because I'm still fixing it. Sorry about this. I thought I had nice, expensive equipment. It's just cheap crap. Anyway, here we are. So I'll be answering questions. Lots of stuff going on right now. I'm preparing and organizing my expeditions for 2022. I'm very excited about the new people getting involved that are going to come help out. What's going on here with my questions? There we go. And yeah, it's the discovery is coming. It's moving forward. We're making real progress. Last year, the little steps we took last year were little steps, but now that I've gotten some perspective, things that happened were really fantastic and amazing. And I'm excited about even expeditioners are now building their own relationships with different individuals in the Sasquatch troop. And I think that's amazing. I'm so excited. You can't have ego when it comes to this kind of discovery. I just want to get it done, and I want to share it with everybody because this is our discovery. My footage is not called no disrespect to Patterson Gimlin. It was the Patterson Gimlin footage, and my footage will never be called the Todd Standing footage because it's really it's our footage, and I'm really happy to share it with all of you. And it's a work that so many people participated in, and so much went into it. So from the mentors that I have, the biologists that I've worked with, the PhDs, the the hunters, the Cree native people that have worked with me, it's just been totally fantastic, and I'm very happy about the way things are moving forward. So here's Midwest music. Thank you everybody I see all the questions propagating now, and everybody saying hi back to everybody. Hey Todd, got my signed pics last week, love them, great, thanks. It's so cool to me. People are sending me pictures of how the pictures are framed up on the wall and they put a Sasquatch track or other pictures in it, and it's amazing to me how that energy just goes out there, if you understand what I'm saying. People walk past it, and people look at it, and there's a story behind it, and I don't know. I think the Sasquatch would be proud to have those photographs up there. So I'm very proud of it anyway. So I've never seen one, but would like to at a safe distance. LOL. Yeah, safe distance. What is a safe distance? I want to get as close as possible, so I'd like to hand an apple to a Sasquatch, or have a Sasquatch come and sit down beside me in the forest somewhere. So I always just want them to get close. So just with my experience, that's where I'm at right now. Hello Anthony, or hello Andy, thank you for tuning in today. Come to Australia, chase the yowie and dogmen on the outskirts of Sydney. I'd love to come to Australia. I intend to come to Australia. I've been trying to come to Australia for years and years, but my gosh, travel right now is just a freaking disaster. Excuse me. Somebody on from Portugal today. That's super cool. Central Florida. My God, I have to go to Florida. How many times do you hear me say that? Kyle's in Florida, for goodness sake. I got to get my butt down there. So, hey Todd, how can we find Bigfoot body if they don't leave their dead behind? I'm not really... that is so far from my focus. I mean, so far from my focus. I'm having trouble just getting them to interact with me, figuring out just the basic, how many individuals are in a group. If you're going to go find where the dead bodies are, it's going to be like holy ground. And because they're going to honor their dead the way we do. So animals have feelings towards their individuals that pass on, right? So we see it with gorillas, we see it with chimpanzees, elephants, and and much more so a Sasquatch. What I would theorize. I have no knowledge, or uh, I don't know. So I would think so, just because they're so family orientated, and they have specific areas. So I would expect there's going to be a grave area somewhere. And even with Gigantopithecus, that was the case, right? In Langchun, China, there was a grave area. Well, not a grave area, but there was a cave where they put dead bodies in. Aloha from Hawaii, clean and clear. Yourself, Hawaii, wonderful place for serenity and vacation. So, hello from Northeast Kansas. Hi, Scott. Just saw Primal Rage on that movie. Seems like a reality. Just saw Primal Rage. Oh my. I wonder if I saw that movie with Dwayne Johnson. Interesting. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you like it. Todd, hey buddy, my son is 8 years old, and we both huge followers. Love your work. Could we please give me a Jake and Jacob a shot? Well, hello, Jake. What? Love your work. Can you please give me, Jake, and Jacob a big shout out? He will smile. It'll make his day. I'm in Ohio here. Thank you, Todd. You guys, your names are Jake and Jacob. Are you kidding me? That's the names of my, well, shout out to you guys. And ironic, I'm a little confused because I'm thinking that's the name. Jake is the Sasquatch in video 5, and Jacob is the Sasquatch I'm having decent interactions with right now, and I've been seeing him for a few years. I don't have any footage of him yet, but look at this. North Florida, Florida. Hi, the first male Bigfoot found verified by the world must be called Todd. My feet are pretty small. For my height, 6'3", I have really small feet. But it's all good. Hey Todd, your footage is like no other. I would definitely agree with that. Yeah, my footage is very original. Especially, I think, Tanner, the most important thing for me is its repeatability, right? So I'm gonna get more. I want to get better. I do have more, and it's all coming out. I'm working on that right now. Jeff Browning from Northern Alabama. You're great, Todd. Thank you. Northern Alabama. So I was in Birmingham. I intend to go back there. Not to Birmingham. I fly in through Birmingham and I go to the Talladega Forest, which is just incredible Sasquatch country. Bigfoot. There's like a Bigfoot area in the Talladega Forest where it's just like they're Bigfoot crazy. So tons of sightings and stuff. And there are Sasquatch there. I saw tree breaks and tracks. I found definitive 100% evidence that they're there. Where are the pictures of Bigfoot fighting a grizzly? I've never heard of such pictures. So I talk about where I have evidence of a Sasquatch whooping a grizzly bear's ass, but there's no pictures of it, obviously. So I'll talk about that real quick. Um, so I was approaching a Sasquatch, a day watcher, and I was in good position. And I don't believe he was aware of me. And a grizzly bear had my wind gauge and was stalking in on me. And the Sasquatch saw the grizzly bear stalking, but he didn't know. I don't know what the Sasquatch thought, but anyways, the grizzly bear stalking in behind me. Uh, Following that wind gauge, the Sasquatch came out and whooped his ass. So what I saw was I heard screaming and of the bear, like bear yelping, squealing. Like I never heard anything like this. This is full grown, probably 600-pound grizzly bear. And what I saw was there was like busted claws. There was blood. I think the bear got his slammed or something, and he broke his claws, and there was blood from his claws. And I saw a partial footprint of the Sasquatch step in the blood, and then a few more steps after, just a little piece of the foot. And I saw the bear too, limping badly, like it was severely injured. So yeah, very interesting. Are you still offering 2 million for a body? No, nope. That ship has sailed. So unfortunately, I'll tell you what happened with that. So I had a man who was had a legal firm, a lawyer, or a lawyer who ran a legal firm. He was old, and he wanted to have this discovery done. So he put $2 million in escrow to find a body that had died of natural causes, not someone had shot them. That was very specific. So he put that money in escrow until he passed away, which he did pass away about 3 or 4 years after he put the reward up. And when he passed away, the money just went back to his family. So that reward ended after 3 years. And interesting story about him. So it was very important that he believe that my research was authentic. So I showed that man a Sasquatch, and it was a really cool plan. And I haven't duplicated that plan since. And I should probably maybe give that a shot with someone like Survivor Man, because it's kind of like a really high probability of success of seeing a Sasquatch. But yeah, I haven't done it. I've done that twice. That particular uh, sequence of events, that plan of action, which is simply let the Sasquatch see me, let them follow me around, and then go hide somewhere and wait there for days until they come and double check that you're actually in the spot. So, good evening from Natchez. Hello, Joe. Natchez, Mississippi, always have a special place in my heart, especially because you treated my sister so well. The way to get to me, treat my family well, treat my son well. If my son likes you, if my daughter likes you, my sister, my mom, if a family member thinks you're awesome, then it's you have a special place in my heart forever, because family is very important to me. Tanner says very admirable that you say it's the community's footage. I think your images are so uncanny to the First Nations massive Sasquatch. Well, yeah, because we're looking at the same individuals, right? And I can't say that enough. That footage is for us. The movie Discovering Bigfoot is for us. Like, go share that movie. Go tell people about it. Just because there are people that have seen a Sasquatch and get ridiculed and mocked for it. That's not cool. Not cool at all. So that makes me really unhappy. Discovering Bigfoot is made to teach people about Sasquatch, to show people that have seen Sasquatch that, you know, I don't know, they're not crazy. Of course, they're not crazy, but I don't know, there's a lot of ridicule. And John Bitternagel talked about it, how people are ridiculed and mocked to the point where they don't even believe they saw a Sasquatch. And that's just awful. Hello, Royal Creations. Shalama, look, peace to you. Todd and Sasquatch Research Family. Thank you, Royal Creations. Peace back to you. I like that kind of wishing people a peaceful, happy existence instead of thinking badly of them. It's good energy, and because times are hard right now, right? A lot of hate, a lot of people versing each other, and it's kind of scary. So, hi Todd and everyone else. Hello, Central Michigan Bigfoot and Wildlife. I'd like to call myself Discovering Bigfoot and Wildlife. Wonder if I could do that. Central Michigan Bigfoot and Wildlife. So I'd be discovering Bigfoot. Well, it doesn't work, does it? You got Central Michigan Bigfoot and Wildlife, and I can't say discovering Bigfoot and wildlife. It doesn't really roll off the tongue, does it? So, because it is about wildlife for me, and I like the way you emphasize that. I think that's really wise. And so, Chris, hi Todd from Kamloops. I sent an email a while back. Hopefully, Phil forwarded it to you. I haven't seen it yet, but I'd love to. So, Kamloops is right up my alley. I spent a lot of time in Adams Lake. So, if it sounds like there's a Bigfoot family in your house right now, it sounds right. Sorry, I do have a busy house, and I'm trying it to be as quiet as I can. Where do I purchase the pics? It's discoveringbigfoot.org is my website. I'm sure somebody put a link up here, and then there's just the merchandise page there. Leave an apple on a tree stump and set up a hidden camera. Nope, that doesn't work, Joe. The greatest trackers in the world can see a camera that you set up. And if you put up for God's sake, I've talked about this many times, I'll talk about it real quick. You put up a camera, if they're taking apples from you, you put up a camera, they're going to stop taking apples from me. They stopped taking apples from me for 7 damn years because I put up a damn camera. And you cannot hide a camera from them. There's no way. So, even I get these little thoughts about, oh, maybe I could do that, maybe I could do this. Like right now, there's a Sasquatch video that I think is authentic. It's someone was put a camera way up on an eagle's nest, and you could see past the eagle's nest. Looked like a Sasquatch came walking along, and I think it looks like a Sasquatch because that's the way they move. That looks like a young Sasquatch just hopping along through the wilderness, because I've seen them move like that. It's very authentic to me, that video. I thought, what? That's awesome, and maybe I could put a camera 50 feet up a tree, but it changes my energy and it screws everything up. So there's a lot of reasons, there's a lot of layers to not do that. And I'll talk about that stuff more in my next documentaries and stuff. My dad made 2 Sasquatch masks and look exactly like your footage. Our people have known them for a long time. Huh. It's from Tanner Timothy, who must be a native person of some kind, uh, North American native. My dad made and look exactly like your footage. Huh. Well, I'm very flattered. I would love to see pictures of that, Tanner. Can you add me on Facebook or something? Send me a message. Or bigfootencounter@gmail.com. I'd love to see that. If you can get that to me, that would make me super happy. I would love to. I'd be so cool, right? To know that. So greetings, Todd from the Garden State. Hello, Mudtide. Hey Todd, what happened when Sasquatch became of age? Do they become loners? Oh God, I mean that's a really deep question. I'll tell you, Jake came of age and he's gone, right? So what did he do? I would assume he's a big, awesome Sasquatch, and he just took off and went to go find his own harem of females. But then you have someone like Kubota, who is not very big. He's only about 8'4". I got him clocked at. His tracks are only, just 16 inches, maybe a little less, 15 and 3/4. And he's not a big Sasquatch, so I think he just stays with his family because he's not going to have the ability to, or maybe he went off and tried to start his own family and then gave up and because he couldn't and came back. So still got that cough. Oh my God, Joe! I've tried honey and elderberry honey and taking oregano. I got a what's it? I'm looking at enhanced. What's it called? Turmeric formulas and multivitamins, and man, I'm trying so hard to get rid of this thing. Well, I got the COVID shot and I've been sick ever since. So I was forced to get the COVID shot to go live my life and try to be free. And I didn't want to get it. And I've been very sick and I was hospitalized for the COVID shot. So um, I'm at this point, like I've never had a cold like this. And I really am. I have runny nose and coughing. And I've been doing that since I got the shot in September. So yeah, it's been rough. I'm very unhappy about it. But I feel really good. So Tanner says, "How's your health? Have you do you have long COVID? Hope you're doing well." Well, I actually got COVID 2 years ago, where I was tested positive. I had a sore throat and it was nothing. It didn't affect me at all. I literally had a sore throat for about 4 hours. Woke up the next day and I was fine. Like the flu has kicked my ass. Colds, the common cold, has been much worse for me than COVID. So and my mom, who's elderly, got it. My whole family got it. And nobody really bumped it all. So I feel terrible for people that have serious health issues because of it. It's awful. But I had COVID, it was no big deal. I got the COVID shot and I got in absolute hell after that. So we own a farm in Jefferson Country near Weldon Road. There's been a Bigfoot at Lake Perry. Awesome, Ian. Go look for tree breaks. Go look for structures. I mean, if you've seen my movie, go look for more evidence and keep us informed. I'd love to hear more about that. Jefferson Country, cool. Hey, love your stuff. This is from Osty William. Hey, love your stuff. Know anywhere in Manitoba? There's, oh my God, dense populations of Sasquatch. I used to do forest fighting and believe that one came within 5 feet of my tent. No bad vibes at all. Cool. Good for you. Well, and were you alone in the tent? Because if you were alone in the tent, he was coming, you know, he could have been coming to have an interaction with you. Could be that there's something special about you, right? And the fact that you were aware of it is really cool. But Manitoba, man, I don't think it could be that hard. Just go start looking for breaks and stuff and sightings. But I don't know of anything. It's funny, I don't hear much from Manitoba, but there's Sasquatch there for sure. Did they have a bad smell when you discovered their domicile? I could think of quite a few times, but in their home habitat, I don't notice a smell so much. Um, yeah, not really. The smells are pretty minor to me, guys. Like I don't get the smells very often because usually the smells means they're like really upset with you or there's some sort of trauma going on with them. And so I think I know I do upset them, but it's like I could think of 10 times I've smelled it, but considering I've had you know over 100 Sasquatch interactions in my life now, and it's that much. It really is that many times they've been around. They rock knocked, they called to us, they made a break, they left tracks. Like it's been so many times. so much that it's literally like, I would say, even 1 in 20 times I get a smell of something. So if you're enjoying the show, please don't forget to hit the like button. That's good advice. Scott says my encounter was along the Missouri River. Cool. I just I love those areas. Just the United States is so, I just love going there. It is a foreign country to me, but not really. So I love it there, and I'm gonna go to the U.S. a lot. My plan is in the wintertime, I'm gonna spend a lot of time in the United States, maybe a couple months a year, at least. I mean, and look at where I talk about going. I'm going to Washington. I'm going to Needham Bay, the Olympic Peninsula. I go to California. I got a documentary California Bigfoot. I did New York State, and the Adirondacks. I want to go to Florida. I've been to Alabama. I went to Natchez, Mississippi. It's like I spend more time in the United States than I do out. So I live in Alberta and British Columbia. So I'm a Western Canadian, big time. Like born and raised Western Canadian. So that's like Pacific Coast, British Columbia, and Alberta. That's my home. That's totally my home, and I absolutely love it. And oh, there's is that James? James, how come you're not a moderator? See if I can do that. Apologize, guys. Just give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can. So James Penner is a close friend. Oh, there we go. Go to channel report, put user in timeout, hide user from channel, add moderator. Haha, James Penner is now a moderator for your channel. So did I go listen to the DC, which is the Dixie Cryptid podcast that's by Cameron? James, I've been running my ass off. I literally just like I don't even know how I was on time for the show, but I do know how I'm time for the show. I'm on time for the show because it's very important to me. So I've got 20 phone calls to make. It's really top of my list. Man, I wish I could just get you to go do that, James. So, but I know it's something I'm gonna have to go talk to. I really want to empower all my colleagues, all my friends, to like James. I want him to call Cameron from the Dixie Cryptid podcast because there's this really cool angle that he's advised me of, and I just yeah, I need to keep doing that. I'd like to get you on that. We should get you on that show, James. Maybe that's how we can get you in touch with Cameron. I'll try to remember to text you his number. I was going to grab my phone, but this is my phone. I'll text you his number and see if you can call Cameron and talk to him. I just get so damn busy and I have 5,000 things to do every day, and it's not frustrating though. I'm really happy and I have an awesome life. And I apologize for people that I need to catch up with and things I haven't done, but I'm only one person, and I get lots of help though. Like Phil and Amanda help me so much, and all these new, and I want to make sure I say this too. The Discovering Bigfoot fan page on Facebook, that's the place to go. Like my expeditioners are on there. Those men and women, they know me. They've bled with me. Like I trust them with my life. Literally, I have, and I will continue to do so. Go on Discovering Bigfoot fan page. James is there. Jason is there. Darren is there. I don't know if Matt's getting on there. There's a bunch of people I'm sure I forgot. Just not off the top of my head. Hopefully Stefan's there. But I know these guys are there and they own that page. Like they are killing it. These are men and women that talk to me all the time. I talked to James today. I talked to him last week. I talked to Jason, and these guys are working, and they have all these ideas, and they're so the only way to like I have wonderful friendships with them, and they're amazing colleagues, and I'm so grateful to have these people in my life. So go to the Discovering Bigfoot fan page and ask questions there. If you don't get your question asked here, go ask James, go ask Jason, go ask Darren. If these guys have been on expedition with me, like we're like blood brothers, really. Like these these guys, this men and women that do this stuff with me, man, they're just like, I'm so tight with these people. And you know Ashley should be on there, just to name a different woman. And uh, gosh, so many people. Kate hasn't even been on an expedition with me. I just met her a couple times, and she'd be amazing because I talk to her a lot. Just lots of people. I don't know if Kate's on there. I don't even know if Ashley's on there. So but anyways, I have a friend that had a encounter near Tonganox. Tonganox. Cool. When you tell an area, I think it's really important you name the state. Like Tonganoxie, Mississippi or Alabama or Tennessee. Try to give us a state, because there's no way in hell I'm going to know, not in this lifetime, every little spot to go to. Excuse me. Cough's feeling a little bad today. Actually hit the steam room really hard. Seems to have shaken me up a little bit. Hello from Fort Worth, Todd. Fort Worth, Texas. I'm assuming Dallas, Fort Worth. I love Texas. There's another state that's had Sasquatch there, that's for sure. So I highly expect they still do. I don't think they became extinct, but yeah. So here we go. More questions. Do Sasquatch have culture? Well, absolutely yes. Yes, I have profound evidence of that. They make structures. They're artistic. They there's more to it that I'm not talking about publicly, but they're very spiritual, and absolutely, probably a reason that Jeffrey asked that question is culture is sentience, right? And they hit sentience on every level, absolutely right across the board, spiritually, intellectually, emotionally, culturally. They have possessions. They're self-aware, like right across the board. That makes them a people, and I make no bones about it. That's the first thing I want with protection, is I want them recognized as a people, because they are definitively that. Perhaps even qualify more as a people than us, and certainly in a more beautiful way, because they don't create garbage. They don't have waste. They live in perfect equilibrium within nature. They are beautiful the way they embrace nature. They survive within it. They're just magnificent, really. Like, they're so strong, they're so powerful, they're so healthy, they're so connected. I just here it is. Like, let me tell you how much I just admire them, like so much. That's why even these past videos, it was really hard for me to have a look on the other side about potentially killing one and bringing back a body. Very painful for me to do that. But I feel if I don't consider those options, if I don't at least look at them and explore them, first of all, I can't know my enemy, which is literally a fact, because if you go to harm a Sasquatch, you are my enemy. Because I can't tolerate that. They're such a beautiful, wonderful people that I love and admire so much, right? But yeah, it was really hard for me, and it was a tough journey. But I'm really glad I took it, and I never have to do it again. It's like a dark place I had to go, and I really, really went there, guys. Like, I really went there. I really had a look, and now I know my enemy, and my adversary, the con to my pro, and yeah, and that's why I just gotta say, like, I just have such an admiration for this magnificent species. They inspire me. Like, even you talk about how I can deal with the haters and the negativity. There's so much admiration for this species. It's just, all that stuff is real. It's bullcrap. It's garbage. You know, like, what it's really about when you're out there with me. You know, and I'm out there, just even something off the top of my head. Ashley and Gabriel are out there sitting by a fire with me. Kyle and Craig are up off a mountain, hanging out in a real cool Sasquatch area, and a Sasquatch approaches us and has this interaction. The next day we find the tracks and see the evidence of it, and it's so magnificent to be able to immerse yourself in that and see how incredible they are, and what an amazing species they are, and all the the little structure that they made for us. That's so beautiful. Like, they're just absolutely artistic and magnificent and powerful and strong and spiritual. I just can't say enough great things about them. I've Our species can only learn from them. That's one of the problems I have in engaging with these guys, is I have nothing to offer them. What the hell am I going to give them? Technology is poisonous to them. They fear that stuff because technology removes you from nature, and they love nature. They won't pick up an axe. They won't pick up a damn tool. They don't want it, because that piece of technology could potentially remove them from nature. Because you start to rely on that technology. Look at us. We can't survive with the crap. Naked and with no technology, we are dead meat. And you have to understand, we're the only species that's pathetic like that. That's pathetic. Like, that's sad. You even take dogs that are domesticated and they run off and start wild packs and they have potential for survival. You take horses and you leave them alone, and they can do okay. Not amazing. I've seen wild horses. They're not doing great, but they're doing okay. They can get by. You take people naked, throw them out in the wilderness, they're dead meat. They got nothing. If you don't use technology, if you're not making spears or building fires, which is technology, your human beings cannot survive wild. And the Sasquatch won't tolerate the removal of that with technology. So I've never found anything I can offer them other than to just, there's nothing. What am I going to give them? COVID? Like, everything we have is just toxic. All I have to do is to learn from them. I give them gifts with food, I guess. I make sure it's organic, good apples. There you go. That's one thing. I guess I give them a gift, and they're definitively taking those gifts, and that's wonderful. My teachers are accepting of me and embracing me being there, and that's a wonderful thing. But I guess food, I can give them food. We have an abundance of that, right? So but yeah, so it's tough. It's really tough. So um hey Todd, how's it going, buddy? Hey Kyle, Cody, thanks for tuning in today. Joe Alverson was bear hunting last spring. It was super quiet, then heard rocks clacking together and everything around us went dead quiet. Was the most amazing experience. Yeah, I bet it was. Isn't that cool that you even, congratulations to you, having the ability to really don't, to not doubt yourself. Nothing clacks rocks. If there's no people around, then nothing is doing that. If you heard rocks clacking, and then just to be in that peace and enjoy that moment and feel that energy, which is extremely likely a Sasquatch, awesome for you. That's fantastic. Creepers, cryptid, and paranormal corner. There's a big mouthful. Hello, I've never seen creepers, cryptid, and thank you for coming in today. Get out in a kayak in the early morning before the sun comes up, and that's when I've had the yowie encounters and dogman encounters, where at 7 a.m. with the sun. Well, and that's good advice too. Really is. That dusk and dawn, those hours are really, it's a really special time in nature. Game move. There's a big transition, and through that changing of light, it really is a very special time. So I agree. And a kayak, brilliant. Yeah, early morning before the sun comes up, brilliant. Absolutely. And that is more ideal, sunrise than sunset. So everything he's saying, I completely agree with. I think that's really good advice. And being on a kayak, you can just kind of float around and be silent, be at peace. That's amazing. And this is a person from Australia because he's talking about the yowie. And congratulations on your success with those encounters. Good for you. Hey, from Arkansas. Hello, Wimage Productions. Thank you for tuning in. Deborah Dominiquez from Nebraska. Hello. They say that Bigfoot are here in Nebraska. They say it's a family of Bigfoot. Oh, yeah, I don't know much about Nebraska. Never been there. But if there's probably more than a family there. But yeah, good. I'm glad to know that. Thank you. Maybe go like I say, watch my movie, watch the episodes of Survivor Man. Tons of stuff to learn. The episodes of Survivor Man Bigfoot starring me specifically. Tons of stuff to learn there, and that'll really help you move forward in any discovery process you need. Do you think Sasquatch are Gigantopithecus or new hominid? I have tremendous evidence in the Gigantopithecus theory. Tremendous evidence. So Langchun, China, the Beijing University professors, yes, the Gigantopithecus is the Yeti, and the Yowie, and Sasquatch and Bigfoot. And Sasquatch and Bigfoot are the same thing. They're both the North American hominid. New species of hominid? No, just evolved. So wonderful, amazing species. Todd, could you give a shout out to my father, Andy Sr.? He's watching the show at home in Baltimore. Well, hello, Andy Sr. Thank you very much for tuning in today, sir. Your son has been a wonderful help on the show. I'm very grateful for. He just tunes in. He's a regular here. And I'll tell you, you can at this point, Andy. My goodness, how much, how many live shows and how many videos have you watched, my friend? Like Andy's got to be an amazing authority with gosh sakes, sometimes Andy answers questions. So Andy Senior, if you want to know about me, just ask Andy Junior. The man's got a tremendous amount of knowledge about me, and he's a wonderful supporter, and I'm very grateful for your help, Andy. Thank you very much. You stop bullcrapping. Tell us the truth. What you feel right now about the truth behind Bigfoot. Okay, I'm not bullcrapping. I'm being very transparent. Tell us the truth. What do you feel right now? What do I feel right now? I feel happy to be on this show. And the truth behind Bigfoot, my show, everything I do is the truth. If you can't handle the truth, then change the channel. Yeah, this is the truth. The best deer herds in U.S. are right here near Missouri. Makes sense? Cool. Thank you, Ian. Why are the best deer herds in the U.S. right here in Missouri? Huh. And what makes the deer herds the best there? Be interested to know that. I don't generally like that term, the best or better than. People say I'm the best Bigfoot researcher. Nah, if there's a Bigfoot researcher competition, I'm not showing up from that. I'm different. I have my own ways, my own things, but I don't compete against anybody else for anything. I'm well, when it comes to Sasquatch, I think we're just gonna harm ourselves being in competition with one another. So but anyways, I'm happy you think so. Personally, I like large deer, and the deer get larger as you get north. So, and nice fat deer in Washington State, up in the northern parts of it. Big, fat, delicious, tender, yummy deer to eat. Randy Harrison is famous in this area for research and his Bigfoot recordings and vocalization. Cool. Thank you for telling us that, Scott. Bigfoot Society. Greetings, Todd. Greetings, Bigfoot Society. Thank you for tuning in. Todd, my name is Jacob, and Jacob Jr. Please just call me Jake, and please call him Jacob. And yeah, that's real. He just smiled really big. Oh, that's awesome. One of my favorite things to do ever is to make people smile. That's wonderful. So I love your videos. When can I find your videos? I'll sit and watch them. Yours are more interesting. Well, thank you, Deborah. I'm glad you enjoy them. Here's the big creepers, cryptids, and paranormal corner. Uts, it probably cuts. My dogman picks told Ivy never seen anything like what I got. Dogman picks are usually an eye or a nose, 500 meter away. You can see the whole head. Cool. Well, BigfootEncounter@gmail.com. Find a way to get those to me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Amanda's been kind of missing in action for a while. We miss you, Amanda. And she handles a lot of that stuff. So if you ever come to Manitoba, investigate, I would absolutely, oh my God. Yeah, so many places to go to, but whew, goodness. What do gorillas do with their dead? They just abandon them and leave them behind, Barb. So there's a mourning time, like mourning as in like they're sad. The gorillas mourn the death of another gorilla, and they stick around there for a while, but they just leave them. They don't bury them or anything. So I believe they travel along the Missouri River heading into the Ozarks. Cool, Scott. Yeah. And it would be following food sources, right? So Sean Haynes, come on, man. Thanks, Sean. I'm coming on, I think. Hey, Scott, how's it going? Coming from Connecticut. Hello, Connecticut. Northern Michigan, Bigfoot. Hello, Johnny. Hello, Todd. Come to the Richmond Ranges. There are troops of Yowies living there. Oh, gosh, I'd love to come to Australia so much. It's really, gosh, yeah. Yeah, I'd love to get out there. And this is from Gunslinger. So much, so much, so much. Thanks, Johnny. We'll check it out. This is from Central Michigan Wildlife and Bigfoot. Watch his channel too. Hey, Central, got the info. Hello. I like it when you guys talk about yourself. I really enjoyed listening to you and Les Stroud both talk about using your minds to communicate with them. I agree with that. Thanks, Joe. It's real powerful stuff. Hi, Todd. Just got my Jake and Jane autograph photos. That's awesome, Julie. Aren't they cool? I don't know why I haven't done that. I never did that before. And it's really, I don't know. It's something special, isn't it, to just have that. I don't know why it's so special, but it really is. It took Jeff Meldrum showing me an autograph picture he had of the Patterson stuff to make me think, man, I really owe that to people somehow. Like I want people to have that. So I don't know why it's so special, but it really is, isn't it? Hi Todd, Happy New Year. Spoiler alert from the movie Primal Rage, Sasquatch win many dead humans. Oh gosh, so I didn't know that it was actually about Sasquatch. So I wouldn't watch it then because I'm not interested in movies about shark attacks because I got to go swim in the ocean and enjoy it. Now I'm not interested in movies about bear attacks. I got to go live with those guys. I'm certainly not interested in about Sasquatch killing people. I don't want to put that in my mind. It just feels toxic, and I don't want to focus on that stuff because there's so much more. There's so much positivity, so much greatness. I love the ocean. The ocean is beautiful. The odds of getting a shark attack are you're more likely to get into a car accident on the way to the ocean than get attacked by a shark. 'Cause I don't want to focus on that stuff, the horrors of it and everything. So, and I think sharks are beautiful animals. They're oh my god. I got to see a bull shark and a baby bull shark and admire and adore it. It was in a big tank. They just had it there for a short period of time because sharks won't survive at all in captivity. Isn't that amazing? That's special, isn't it? So, because captivity is horrible, but yeah, they're magnificent. Just totally, gosh, I think sharks are just amazing. I would love to see a real, I'm not interested in getting around tiger sharks, maybe, or bull sharks, but like a lemon shark or a reef shark, just to admire them. Like, they're just magnificent creatures, very, very special. Do you think Bigfoot sing to each other? Like, so Ethan asked, do you think Bigfoot sing to each other? Hmm. That's a really good question because they have beautiful sounding voices. Just this year, I'll tell you the sounds that we heard on the expedition where that female, Jane, I believe it was, called back to us. It was beautiful. Her sound was beautiful. Like it really was like, whoa, it was beautiful. So I bet they would. I've never thought about that. This is why I do this live show. The questions that get posed to you, and my heart tells me absolutely. Like even those Sierra sounds that I believe are very authentic, it's woo. I've heard sounds like that from the Sasquatch. You know what? Absolutely they do. Like wolves sing. Wolves sing beautifully when they howl. That's singing. I think it's magnificent when they do that, and I bet Sasquatch do. I would really, really, and I think they like music. So I don't really have concrete evidence of that, but Les Stroud played the harmonica for them, and we had a really wonderful night of interactions. So yeah, amazing. So just a couple more questions today, guys. Ben Conroy kicks rocks. I don't know what that means. I live in Southwest United States, northern New Mexico, and have had pics and tracks, big and small. I'd like to share with you. I'd love to see that. Um, yeah, that's awesome. I'd love to see that stuff. This is from Jarvis Russet. So here's another here's just gosh, I don't want to give another private email address away, but heck with it. Uh, northbigfoot@gmail.com. There you go. I don't normally share that one, but I think Amanda is kind of having a really hard time, and I really don't want to miss out on stuff. So if you have photos and stuff, just on this show, just for now, I've heard quite a few people talk about interesting stuff. Just send it to northbigfoot@gmail.com, and I'll have a look at it. So because I'm spending just this week, I'm just working on expeditions and going through emails and stuff as best I can. So just a couple more questions. Hi Todd, thanks for working to make this documentary. I hope you see one someday. Oh, I hope to see one someday while out hiking. Yeah, you're welcome, Diane. And yeah, I wish you tremendous success in seeing one when you're hiking. He almost slipped and said those are the names of my Sasquatch. Hmm. No, no, no. That wasn't a slip, Ryan. Uh, Jake is video 5. I call him Jake. It's very public. And Jacob I think it's Jake's little brother. I'm very convinced of it. That's what I call him. So Jane is video 4, and Kubota is video 8. I'm not sure who the heck is video 7, that thermal image. But yeah. So let's do. I have a parabolic microphone outside right now, listening to activity. Hey, that's cool, right? Those are amazing. I can't recommend those enough. Bird watchers use these parabolic microphones a lot. And I gave one to John Bitternagel before he passed away. He loved it. It was really, really great. So, but anyways, guys, let me just scroll down. Some people gave some donations. I'm very grateful for the donations. I am a full-time Sasquatch researcher. This is my job. This is all I do. And if you want to make a donation, go to discoveringbigfoot.org and you can make a donation there. If you want to be a regular donator, I'm on Patreon under just Todd Standing. Because this is what I do, guys. This is my whole life. It's just about Sasquatch. If you're passionate about the discovery of Sasquatch, myself and my colleagues, that's what we work for. We're all passionate about it. We really care about making this discovery, and I'm very grateful for all the donations that people make. So I'm kind of scrolling down here, seeing if I can just specifically answer the questions. Oh my gosh, we're really wow, lots of people tuned in today. That's so fantastic. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I've been scrolling down. I can't even find where the donations start. Holy crap, dozens of questions. Hello. So Rebecca Ecke, thank you, Rebecca. Did you have a question, Rebecca? Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for your donation. And let's see, just scroll down here a little further. I'll just stop. Anyway, here's Scott. The Ozarks in southern Missouri and northern Arkansas is a small hotspot. Thank you for talking about that, Scott. Gosh, we gotta get more. We gotta do more. Go to the best place I have right now, because I don't know what's going on with the forum so much. Go to discoveringbigfoot.org. There's a forum there, and also Discovering Bigfoot fan page. Go there, talk about it. You'll get lots of information back. There you go. Do you have a Bigfoot encounter or story? Submit to HT. There's a submission spot from Andy, so go there and submit there. That's fantastic. Thank you. See, Andy knows. There, Andy Senior. There's Andy Junior. You know, doing really. This is important stuff. This is really important to me. So, Todd, here's another question. Todd, are any of the guys who are trying to kill Sasquatch been on expeditions with you? Good question. The answer is absolutely no. No. Unfortunately, because they don't know where they probably could figure out what my research site is. But anyways, so thanks so much for tuning into the show today, guys. I love doing this show. You guys are so fun. Look at today. I'm gonna just be thinking about that a lot. Great question. Until someone asked me that question, I didn't even think about it. Do they sing to each other? And I would really, really think so. It's something I'm going to ponder and consider. And yeah, they must. They call to each other. I don't even think. Let me talk about that a little further, even, because they don't need to call to each other. They're in contact with each other through extrasensory perception. I know it, no doubt about it. So maybe that's what they're doing, is they're singing to one another a little bit. I don't think that's the case either. I think they're singing to me. Because they're making the sounds for me. I'm there. They know I'm there. But absolutely, you know what? The more I think about it, the more I think they would absolutely sing to one another. Wouldn't that be cool to be around that? The problem is they just know they're trained so well that if you come into an area where it's unlikely you'll be able to sneak up on some Sasquatch singing to themselves. But you never know. And what a cool thing to think about and ponder. So thanks very much for asking the question. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today. I just love doing the show, and I'll be back next Wednesday. There's a movie. There's Thursday is going to be a great video, and then I got Sunday coming up, so I'm doing those religiously. So tune in for those videos. Thank you for tuning in today, and more great stuff to come, guys. I'm really excited about all the amazing things. I'm really devoted to being public right now. I'm not doing expeditions because there's snow on the ground. So let's talk. Let's converse. Let's theorize, so we can have a tremendously successful summer and fall of expeditions this year. So I'll see you soon. Take care.